It's Morbin time. Hello, you're listening to Good Brews, the Bad Views, the podcast that asks if great beer makes bad movies any better. I'm your host, who is not sure about the decisions that we're about to undertake, Max Nestorowicz, and as always, joined by my co-hosts who are fueled by blood and or plasma, depending on the sensors, James Thorpe.
Hello.
And Ryan Everhart.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest today on Good Brews, Bad Views. It is our friend and noted Dracula expert,
Yes.
Jordan Ferraro. Hello, Jordan.
Thank you. I do know a lot about Draculas.
Yes, which is why you are qualified to be our guest for Morbius.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think-
wait.
Yeah, aren't you like the chair of the Dracula fan club, like the Drac Pack or something?
Yeah. Well, actually, we tried to call ourselves the Drac Pack, but they wouldn't let us call it that because it was too close to Rat Pack. So
Yeah, you don't want to get into lawyers. The only thing worse than vampires, or maybe vampire lawyers.
Yeah, so we're the Toothy Boys.
Okay,
like it.
okay. The Tootie Twosome. Anyways, so today on Good Brews, Bad Views, we are watching Morbius. It'll be a blind view. None of us, except for Ryan, has seen this movie before, but we are expecting the worst.
And Ryan's not a person, so it's still
Yeah. So
Yeah.
still no one has seen it here.
I mean, his sensitivity to sunlight is like that of a vampire,
That's fair,
so
yes.
Very
you know,
That
close.
is true.
yeah.
yeah,
I got the fangs, man.
yeah, you do actually.
Yeah, naturally occurring
And the
fangs.
fact that you're willing to subject yourself to this again.
Yeah,
just
that's for
means
you
that
guys.
you're-
No,
yeah.
I love
I
you
mean,
guys.
this is a man who's like, I need to go see Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice again, just to make sure it wasn't as bad as it was the first time.
Yeah, I have a brain thing. I have brain worms.
head pigeons.
So how this podcast is going to work is we're going to be watching Morbius. We're going to be drinking a variety of alcohol beverages alongside of it because it's going to be a more than one drink movie. And we'll be recording a commentary track talking about what we like, what we don't like, the weird being that is Jared Leto, and just hopefully having a good time along the way. The podcast is designed to be listened to alongside watching the film, but in the event that you're just here for the audio experience, we'll be doing our best to narrate what is happening on screen. Probably will be a lot of confusion because, again, blind view, but oh well. This will allow you to go about your day doing whatever it is you do while you listen to podcasts. Laundry, driving, staking things. I don't
General
know what you
crime.
do in your lives, people. Ryan, why don't you tell folks at home where they can tune their sets if they want to join us in this journey of pain?
But before we do that, just a quick reminder that if you don't have the time or patience to listen to today's entire recording, please check this episode's description for the timestamp you can jump to catch our wrap-up thoughts on the film, on Jared Leto, on Jordan's delicious drinks that he's brought for us, and anything else that we've decided to kick around during today's recording. But any dang way, we are again watching on Amazon Prime. Our stream is 33 seconds in. The Columbia Pictures logo, a Sony company, has just begun to fade from view. So if you're watching along at home, press play now.
This is like the ultimate fucking like trick move right here, because people who aren't in the know are gonna be like, "Ooh, it's a Marvel movie. It's
In
gonna be
association
it's gonna be
with.
good."
That's the
Yeah, you got to read the fine print.
Yep.
Sorry, I have to get my headspace remembering that you guys haven't seen this shit yet. You don't know what you're in for.
I do
Okay.
like this opening little like monochromatic V thing.
It looks like Elijah Wood's Spectre Vision logo.
Yes, I was thinking the
Yeah.
exact same thing, Ryan.
Wasn't this movie so bad they actively went through and scrubbed all of the Spider-Man references?
I think
from the
they
background?
did go through and scrub out every MCU reference. I think Marvel saw the final cut and they were like, "No, absolutely not."
About that.
Yeah.
All right. I got the purple and red Admiral gone. Oh.
And all the color you just saw is gone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're
They
in
set the tone appropriately.
an aerial shot of a jungle, some sort of
So
jungle here.
before we get into this
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
let's get into these drinks.
Let's.
Jordan, what'd you make for us today?
Yeah, buddy.
This is basically a Negroni. There's a little twist on there just to make it a little special. I thought it was appropriate because it's blood red, and I thought we would need something stronger than beer to get through this one.
Right on both counts.
But it is quite tasty,
Mm-hmm.
if I say so myself. The trick to a good Negroni is using good vermouth.
Which has a shelf life, which I did not know.
Yes, people at home, keep your vermouth in the fridge. It's good. It's really good for 2 months. You can make it last for 3. I recommend buying the half-size bottle at all times.
Yep. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And okay, we'll transition there into the bat zone.
So a helicopter is somewhere in Costa Rica. We're in a bat cave. It's not the bat cave.
Ryan, you've been to Costa Rica. That's where you got the Dick bottle opener.
Yes.
Accurate. This was what Costa Rica looked like when you were there.
Yeah.
Were you not in the jungles?
Yeah. It looks like the scenarios for sure. It's part of the reason they have such broad biodiversity is that there's a huge variety of elevations in a very small area.
Mm-hmm. And here he is,
The man himself, Jared Leto.
So we see him walking on crutches, which apparently he did for the entirety of the shoot.
Yeah, didn't they end up having to put him in a wheelchair to get him around set because he was making everything take forever?
Yeah, because he was, doing his method acting thing.
You
Again,
have
that's
to
just
be
an
a better
excuse.
actor
Yeah.
and a better person to get away with that kind of tomfoolery.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are neither of those things.
Yep. All right, so it's Jared Leto and some goons. They've unboxed some sort of device. It was like a big silver suitcase where the top half is getting taller and taller.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like just a metal detector with guitar strings hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is with that?
Gonna make a jazz fusion band,
Yeah,
their own
science,
homemade
guys.
instruments.
Opening for Snarky Puppy this fall.
With special guest Slashy.
So Jared Leto's like, all right, pilot man, give me your knife and I'll pay you the money I promised you.
Must make a dramatically sized wound in my palm.
So Jared Leto cuts himself,
Okay.
presumably to attract the vampire bats, who are all apparently very hungry for Leto sauce.
This is like straight up theater. Like, this is trailer stuff right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So the bats have all swarmed out of the cave.
Yep.
Already got some iffy CGI.
Yep.
First scene.
In their best Batman Begins bat swarm.
Yeah.
Batnado.
Yep.
All right, that scene's over.
Yep.
And then we get a weird circle.
transition.
Wow, did George Lucas make these
Yeah,
transitions?
yeah. Greece, 25 years earlier. So.
Get some history.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, connects.
And the Ferris wheel, too.
Yeah.
It's a staple.
It is the Connect set.
Yeah.
This would have
Ferris?
been 1997. Or no. Yeah, 1997 based off of the flashbacky time, which, Connects were big back then.
They were.
My favorite was the windmill. Windmill was a fun one to make.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're at some sort of home for sick kids.
Oh, wow, Jared Harris, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jared Harris, this movie does not deserve him.
I was just going to say, from Chernobyl to this, huh?
Yeah.
I guess once you turn in the best performance of your career, you can afford to coast for a while.
Yeah.
But, man.
But even so, Jared Harris is one of those cases where he is... I've never seen a bad performance from him. Never.
This is
He's
very
so
true.
good.
Not ever.
Very true.
He's in the fucking Resident Evil movies. And he's great.
I actually really liked him in the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah, as
movie.
Moriarty, right?
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers.
Good menace to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Jared Leto's character, young version, has had another kid show up. They have the same blood disease.
Yep. And they have crutches and canes that look like they're straight out of World War I.
Yeah, really. I thought this was the 90s.
So, Morbius has given the new kid, whose name is Lucian, but he calls him Milo because Morbius is an idiot, I guess. I guess there have been several Milos before. He's just the new Milo. Hey, new Doug.
Oh God, 300 reference or Spartan references because Greece.
So Milo / Lucian just kind of topples over in his bed here, and his medical equipment's gone haywire. None of the other kids seem
None
to
of
care,
the
though.
kids seem to care about this.
Fuck
though.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck Morbius and his friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kid Morbius takes a pen.
Removes
Pulls out a fuse.
Is this how electricity works, Ryan?
If the fuse was blown, this would work. Yes, depending on the current demands of that circuit.
Look, luckily there was, the spare fuses. Like when you get Christmas lights, they kind of just put them in a little baggie and stick it inside the box.
The fact that they actually got this right almost makes me more mad.
This explanation is stupid. It took a team of scientists to build this machine. Only a genius could think about changing a fuse.
Yeah.
But again, props to Harris for delivering all of this like a fucking champ.
Yeah, he's a solid actor.
Absolutely. If you haven't seen The Expanse, great show, one, but he plays a character on The Expanse, Anderson Dawes,
It's so good.
and he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You have a gift. You know how springs work.
Yeah.
You'll pass Physics 101.
So Morbius delivers messages to Milo via origami. Because of course.
Why was there fake dust in the air in the last shot?
It's art, James. You wouldn't get it.
Looks like he's like Peter Pan's about to come
Yeah.
make him fly.
Yeah.
So Milo's reading Morbius's letter, and his letter gets sucked out the window by evil wind.
There's probably something about, Greek wind. You're the classics guy, James.
Yeah.
So the letter has been recovered by some of the bigger bullies outside. And Milo just wails a kid in the face with a crutch, which is I like to see that.
Yeah.
Bullies taking
Yeah.
a crutch to the face.
And then the bullies start.
Is Jared Harris holding a baby?
Not anymore. Bye-bye.
So whoever did the subtitles of this movie didn't quite get it right.
I was going to say.
Yelling in Spanish.
Yeah. That's not right.
So Milo was wailing on one of the bullies.
Even Harris is like, you're Milo now.
Yes.
So now we're
The
future again.
with old Jared Harris.
Yep.
So we're
He made fake blood.
Artificial blood saved more lives than penicillin.
that's what he said.
Yeah. Well, it might. Well, so apparently, this is something I learned from reading a spy book about vampires and such. Is that blood is in especially in certain countries, there's extremely short supply and it does not have a long shelf life.
Sure.
Yeah. So if he could make artificial blood that was shelf stable,
Pasteurized blood, if you will.
Yep.
So Morbius is
He's too cool for.
he's too cool for the Nobel Prize.
I have issues.
Yeah, you can never.
I'm such a hard
I'm
ass.
such an asshole. I'm so proud of it.
Yeah.
That type of person.
Science. I got to science harder.
Yeah.
So another doctor has dropped in on Morbius and his young little patient, who's also
He
very sick.
looks like he's coming off like a bender at all times,
he
which
does.
is probably because of his blood.
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
But he just looks like shit.
He already looks like a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps more now than later.
Huh.
Oh, good lord.
Listen to her pronunciation.
Oh, boy.
Rejects Nobel Prize.
Yeah, we don't need another
Gonna go with
take.
that take? Yeah.
Yep, that's
No.
the one. Maybe an ADR later? Nope.
Yeah, that's true. Her face wasn't even on screen.
So Morbius is sciencing too hard, so he's paying the price.
Man.
They've got some.
Find it odd.
Why is he
doesn't,
wearing like a chef's coat?
What? Okay, so not to why wouldn't they just have a permanent port? Like, why does he have like the medical tape over him? Like, wouldn't at this
Right,
point
you'd
he
think
just have
they
like
would put a
permanent-
port in for
Yeah.
him.
He's probably too hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has issues.
You gotta
remember?
stab me every time.
Yeah. I find it weird that he doesn't, like, we saw, like, in an establishing shot, he doesn't tie his shoes. I'm like, get some fancy slip-ons.
Yeah.
No.
Crocs, man.
Yeah.
So now his partner lady has discovered the totally not suspicious giant tube full of bats.
The Zordon tube
Yes.
full of bats.
Which I'm sure doesn't
No
violate any health ordinances for the hospital.
Yeah.
I love the reveal here that the genius Morbius has a 6-character password.
Yeah.
It's the minimum requirements. He has too much science to do to
Yeah.
use the.
Any more characters?
Yeah.
These characters are costing lives. You guys having fun yet? Are you loving Morbius?
I'm liking this Negroni.
I'm liking this
Am too.
movie as well.
This is so boring.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I was talking to my dad about this movie. He's like, "Yeah, I started watching the movie Morbius and I just fell asleep. I
Yeah.
woke up at the end." Pulled out a bean.
Poking some bats. Dissectifying. Thank you, Dr.
Vampire
Exposition.
genes, not
Yeah.
vampire bad genes. Vampire genes.
Yep. So like, at what cost are you going to do this? He's like, "Well, I'm going to do it on myself and be able to live." So
God, that's evolution. Nucleic acid. Science. Trust us.
how do you guys feel about this shot where we're seeing this conversation through the tube of bats?
I actually like that.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it also reminds you that somehow no one's noticed the giant tube
Right.
of bats.
Exactly. Secret bats.
No one has noticed,
His bat lab.
seen it there, heard the noise,
Yeah.
smelled the awful smell.
That's one big test tube.
Yep.
Ooh, the chimera cells are stable.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, Morbius, Spider-Man villain, a vampire. If you grew up in the 90s, like we did, you probably recognize him from the Spider-Man TV series.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the censors of that show, they could only say plasma, not blood. And that's why he little, like, leech hands, as opposed to, like...
Yes, he didn't
Instead of
bite people.
Sucky
Yeah.
mouth.
He had fangs, but he
had
leech,
sucky fingers.
leech hands people. But then again, like, everyone in that show had laser guns because censors.
And also, I think Spider-Man only ever kicked people on that show. I think it was very rare to see him throw a punch. For the
He
same,
threw stuff a lot because he
Yeah.
was, like,
Same-
fucking jacked.
it was like weird '90s censorship.
Yeah.
I love how quickly like movie science happens. Like he injects the mouse with cells, and 8 seconds later it keels over and dies.
So in the background of what we just saw, there was someone walking in the background that we could see through a window, which means they can see the bat tube.
Right.
Yes, because the bats aren't just chilling in there like they were a minute ago. They're going buck-ass wild.
Yeah.
So
My best friend, whose name I forget.
Yeah. Who? Yeah. I have. You're Milo now. That orderly's just like, not seeing the bats, not seeing the bats.
so the young girl that was chummy with Morbius earlier is having an issue. He's like, wait, I know what to do. He just jams a pen spring in her face.
Yep. More
No
springs.
springs.
I'm
I
having
don't know
flashbacks
enough
to
about
the
medicine to know.
MST3K bit about Springy the Spring.
Oh, yeah, coily.
Coily, yeah.
Coily the spring.
No springs.
You were saying, Jordan?
I don't know enough about medicine to know if inducing a coma is what you're supposed to do in this situation. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that
Probably not.
the screenwriter probably knew about as much as
Yeah.
I do.
Oh,
Oh, the mouse is back up and running.
Yep.
So
It's-
wait a minute. So this patient's room opens out directly onto that giant lab with the bat
with
tank.
the secret bats.
Yep.
I
you
thought
know
that was
he's
just
doing
a
some
weird
experimental
editing
shit
thing.
on that girl.
It was the spring.
So it might be a lot like in a lot of like medical dramas like House or ER, they're kind of just like they'll craft a script and then they'll like medical lingo here
Yeah.
where they they pass it off to some kind of medical professional and just like, all right, explain what's going on or like what they need to say.
So Morbius is visiting Milo's place, which is very bright. It's got pleasant pink walls.
And Jared Harris is there.
And
Yeah.
and Matt Smith now.
Mm-hmm. Looks like this apartment was furnished by Sky Mall.
A lot of spots for pictures on the walls, but no pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that just part of the decoration? I can't.
I
think it's
don't
weird
know. Could be bougie wallpaper.
Hmm.
Because it's everywhere. Yeah, it's not. It's weird.
So, the doctor has left the boys to catch up.
Let's go for a walk.
So now they're walking down a crowded city street here. They're outside.
The slowest mall walkers you've ever
He is
seen.
seriously already dressed like a vampire.
Yeah.
He's wearing all black. He's got a black overcoat with the collar turned up, and it is even has like a purplish
I was
red
just
lining.
gonna say.
lining.
He looks way more healthy in
Yeah,
this
he's
shot.
not nearly
Yeah.
as clammy looking.
Yeah,
as he
they've
was
done a really
before.
good job previous to this, making him look ill. He doesn't here.
This was reshoots.
I wonder if he was like, people are actually outside. They're going to see me. I got to look better.
But yeah, he looks definitively less like shit.
Yep. Indeed.
I got to tell you, I don't care about anything that they're saying.
Nope.
Yeah,
No,
cannot-
I don't
yeah,
even know
this-
what they talked about.
There is-
I was not even looking. I was looking to see,
Now
like,
he's-
all right, how
now-
slowly are those extras moving behind
Now
him?
he's pale
His
again.
skin tone is completely different now.
It's
And
like
Milo
he,
looks like shit as well.
it's like he got a tan in the previous scene, and they just didn't bother putting makeup on him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that feels like that stinks of reshootness.
It does, yeah. Like, we need some
Maybe
buddy
more
time.
levity,
Yep.
more triple humor, or something.
So yeah, we're learning. So Morbius is like, "Hey, bud, I'm doing some stuff that's experimental and not exactly above board."
Yep.
Milo's dressed like bohemian chic.
Like, he legitimately looks ill, right? Like, his makeup looks good right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the makeup's good.
They both look like shit in a good way.
I do not detect any chemistry between these two. Not really.
I would guess that Matt Smith hates Jared Leto.
Good.
Yep.
Who would you put on the list of people that like Jared Leto?
Ezra Miller.
Oh, good pull. Good pull. All the ladies in his creepy sex cult.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're on a ship that's in international waters.
Yes. Nothing's illegal in international waters. That's what
Where you're allowed to play God.
Yes, that's what cartoon law told me.
Yeah.
Science.
You can gamble and smoke pot and
Box
be a
a
vampire.
box a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Interpol. What's Interpol? See, this is why so many people in movies study sea law because of all these international water incidents that happen.
I like that she went from "you're a monster and you shouldn't be doing these weird experiments" to "hey, let's go.
Let's go international waters
And break the law together.
You brought a mouse back to life, so it's all good.
That's,
They really needed to consult Jareth Cute Story, a maritime lawyer, for this.
Yeah.
how many little vampire glands did it take to make that much juice? That
I
much-
mean, he did have a lot of bats.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just vivisecting like a Victorian scientist.
yeah, just that much Morbiade.
I don't know if it's the writing or if I haven't been paying attention, but I don't understand the relationship between these two characters. Are they strictly
It's a
professional?
will they, won't they, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's the
I'm
writing.
going to guess it's a they will.
Yeah. I like that. She's like, should I do this?
Origami bat given to Dr. Lady.
God,
Ooh, yeah, he looks
Looks
gross.
real gross.
Ooh, that's a big needle.
Well, that's a real big needle.
Straight into the spine.
Oh boy, I can feel that. I don't like that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, woo. Okay, glad that's done.
Morbius is tough. He didn't even yelp.
The effects there look good. I will give them that.
Oh yeah,
They did a pretty good job on matching all the lighting on that, because I assume that's a body double / CG shrinking.
Yeah,
kind of like they did for
looks,
Cap.
His body looked CGI there.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that similar to it kind of in a reverse way of when they put Robert Pattinson in the Batman suit and he suddenly gained 60 pounds of muscle.
Because he refused to do so in real life.
Yeah.
Well,
Morbius didn't. His body frame did not look like that in any of the preceding
No,
shots.
very
No.
true.
But he's always wearing like big flowy capes and shit,
Yeah,
like a
but
vampire.
That's true. That's why he's
So,
got that.
Yeah,
coat.
that's
It's a little more believable.
That's
but,
fair.
But yes, he looked
much.
much more
Robust.
Christian Bale in The Mechanic.
Yes, more so than Christian Bale in
Batman Begins.
I heard that just because it's far more interesting than this movie. I heard that Bat actually did put on quite a bit of muscle for that movie, but he refused to use steroids, and that's why he only got like normal guy jacked and not like.
So, from what I
Hollywood
remember
jacked.
hearing, because COVID delayed everything, he like got like a workout regiment from like his trainer, and he was just like wasn't doing it because he just like nah.
Yeah.
I would guess the truth is probably somewhere in between those two stories. Then
Yeah, so your workout regiment is take some steroids.
all right. So one of the boat goons is here to kind of
Sea goons.
harass Martine. Calls him a jacked up dumb shit.
I feel like of all the goons, the sea goons typically last the longest in movies like this.
I think we
They're
might
on their
be
home
about-
turf. They're on the sea.
Yeah.
I like how he cocks his gun because they don't know where he is. Like, oh, I'm already getting my gun ready.
Cripple's gone.
Yep.
Better get ready to shoot him.
He's gained mobility.
Yep.
Well, he is on the ceiling now.
Yeah.
Though.
Maybe he's in the ceiling.
Maybe he's on the
Literally
ceiling.
crawling up the walls.
Come see this weirdo on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, so he flops down to the ground.
That was a weird red lighting
Yeah.
effect. I wasn't sure what
Did
was going on there.
Did he smash into a light?
That, or he initiated like blood vision, or he's taken fire and has to hide behind cover.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
That's
that's
rough. Holy cow.
So he's in angry vampire mode.
He looks so silly.
That's. I mean, they made a choice.
So
he's got weird shadowy powers.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
so the alarm's going off in Morbius's room. He's trapped. He's in vampire mode.
Let's shoot through the glass.
Oh, he is broken through.
Oh boy.
Yikes. These
just
effects
jump through the glass with
are
weight you're
not good.
Oh, we got bullet time.
Yeah.
This is action, folks.
Yep.
That looked like a video game
It
sequence.
very much did.
Yeah.
Like an old one.
Oh,
my
it's kind of
God,
like
that
the,
face does not work.
It's kind of like the Assassin's Creed fight style, where you kind of like flip from like one enemy to the other.
Oh, like the Arkham games.
Like the
the
Arkham
Batman
yeah.
games.
Yep. That's exactly what that looked like.
Well, they're both Ubisoft, so yes. Kind of just copied and pasted that combat mechanic system.
Yeah, I mean, irrespective of how good or bad the effects look in this movie,
No.
I hate the design of Morbius. I
Yeah.
don't like it at all.
That's some Doom first-person vampire action there.
Yep.
I'm going to say that they showed him too soon.
Yeah, it was weird that This would have been
Like, right
done
away.
better
Yeah.
as like a actual horror movie trope
Yeah,
of like
if this
guys disappearing while they're looking for him.
Yep.
yeah.
And the first person, like the CGI on the first person is real bad.
Yeah,
It's not
like,
helping the video
okay,
game
yeah,
comparison.
I have an idea of how they could have made this more dramatic. He breaks out of the glass, knocks out the girl, and it cuts to the soldiers coming into this pipe factory. And then it's all first person vampire stuff, and we see these little clips of him.
We're trapped in Pipopolis.
To keep the Batman Begins references going,
Yeah.
sort of like his first appearance in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where guys are just disappearing behind shit.
Swear to me.
That's a great scene. In Batman Begins, not here.
Yeah, that's the ship I literally just had a Call of Cthulhu game set on.
The Murano.
No, but a big old tanker with 3 cranes on top and a superstructure in the back with 5 levels.
Okay. Wow, they're doing like a lot of different Morbii, aren't they?
Yep.
So,
Like an in between.
Condition 1.
Yeah.
so Morbius is on the floor waking up. And he's slowly
He
reverting.
unmorbs.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he really did morb all over those guys.
He
Yep.
certainly did.
That was sort of the least interesting way they could have done that transition.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
And
wow,
now he's
hot
jacked
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, this.
for some reason.
Oh,
Peter, are you
so-
okay in there? I'm fine.
Yeah,
Big change.
Sony loves these transitions, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm.
Look at how hot. Look
Yeah.
at his cum gutters.
I like that he's not, at least outwardly, like, hey, I can walk now.
Yeah, it's
So he's going back to the room
Martine.
where he first morbed.
yes.
Mhm.
You look delicious.
You-
Like how he can just like put his ear to her mouth and hear her heart. So he's got like vampire hearing now.
I will blanket you. You'll be safe now.
Yes, I'm going to leave you on the floor.
It'd
Put
be
a blanket
fun-
over you.
It'd be funny if they kept that same shot of her laying on the floor. The blanket comes over here, then just a second later, just a bunch of pen springs falls on her. I've never seen anyone morb like that before.
You morb like they do.
Yeah.
Is that a
Okay,
Matrix reference?
Yes.
He's barfing.
So,
Okay. Murnau.
Now.
Isn't that the director of Nosferatu?
yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's like, well, that works so well. I'll just take these with me.
So they're
More
gonna are they
juice.
gonna go really heavy-handed with all the references? Like
Well, I
he's
mean,
gonna go back to the hospital and be like, "Yes, this is Dr. Acula reporting."
Yeah, Dr. Alucard. So Morbius jumped off of the boat with his vampire juice. I mean, it could be like the Howling, where like every character is a name.
Agent Stroud.
Jesus Christ!
I missed that.
Strahd is the big vampire baddie from D&D.
Hey, do you guys
San
think?
Francisco, that's the Venoms thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, can you guys get a hold of a Latino Rick Moranis to play a cop for us?
Yeah, like that is not the voice I anticipated that person to have.
I'm sure Bancroft has to be some kind of reference to.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
We got blood. We got
What's up
bodies.
with
We got
that?
no blood.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like in zombie movies where they don't say the word zombie and they're not going to say the word vampire, even though they
said
keep
vampire
finding
bats.
people?
They said vampire already, but you know.
They did.
Yeah, that seems like something my friend would do.
Yeah, he's like, boatmen.
Nothing to see here. What is with that clown painting?
Yeah. Oh God.
Good lord.
Awesome. That's the only good thing about this movie so far.
Because I saw those blue hands earlier. I'm like, what are those? And now,
That's a reference to Jared Leto's turn as the Joker, which clearly got him this
but
role.
there's such a heavy blue filter over this movie. Everything white turns blue.
Yeah.
No one will notice him in his hoodie. He just
It's the perfect
strolls
disguise.
Strolls into a fucking hospital.
strolls into the ICU because the doors are always open. Like, it would have made more sense for him to be in his doctor outfit.
Yeah.
Like, his job is the disguise.
Yeah.
I
It's like the perfect disguise aside from like the high vis vest and a clipboard. Yeah. Lab coat and charts. Also on a clipboard.
So this is all because she hit her head?
Too hard. You got a big old goose egg.
No one's ever ready to get morbed on Jordan.
No.
I guess that's true.
That's how no one noticed.
Rangers. Ay, 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 ay. Your serum is wearing off, Michael.
His knees are going all wiggly.
You got to ration out your morbing, or else you use it all up at once.
I hate this.
So he's gone into
His blood room.
the refrigerator. The cold
What?
blood. The margarita room.
Why does he have
Margarita.
this?
Because he
Bloody Mary
makes
room.
fake blood.
Okay, but if... Okay, I'm just going to wait.
Is he just going to drink this? Oh, good lord.
Just shotgun in a blood bag.
If he was a real method actor, he'd be drinking real blood.
That was like milk. It looked like Tatooine blue milk.
It did. Why are some of them milky blue and some are blood?
I think some of them probably are real blood, and some of them are probably
That
the
synthetic
more
blood that
the
he
more
made?
blood.
Yeah.
But when they talked about the synthetic blood before, it looked like normal blood.
It did.
I don't know. Don't make me fucking think about this movie, Jordan.
I got all the bat books. I know a lot about bats now.
This is not the kind of thing I want to be taking voice memos of for a
No.
for a protagonist of a first-person shooter to find to get plot
Yeah,
information.
no, really.
So what's he gonna do, guys?
This is such
Is he-
trailer moment nonsense.
So he's just leaping around his.
He's Spider-Man in this.
This looks terrible. Holy God.
This is basically like, what if we threw Spider-Man and Batman into a blender, and like this movie came out?
and then left it in the sun for a month.
charts.
It's always better to tell than show in a movie, so this is really
Right.
good.
Oh,
Bats don't understand doors.
nope.
Nope.
Oh man, getting the Batnado.
This even sounds like the Batman
Yeah,
Begins
it's
score.
like-
Like that was
Give
straight.
me your
That was
best
straight
imitation
up
Hans Zimmer.
that was straight up the Batman Begins score.
Same key.
Yeah, literally. Like
Yeah.
Hey, the bats like me. They
Yeah.
really like me.
that's as
What?
close as you can get without copyright infringement.
But why?
Ugh.
I
I don't like that.
Milo.
Again, it's a super stupid thing to nitpick, but it's not bat radar, it's bat sonar. You'd think the fucking boy genius here would understand the difference.
He's just going to master the art
so-
of Zen
so,
meditation
yes,
to deal with
but
this.
The fundamentals behind radar and echolocation are basically the same: of a signal being sent out, bouncing back, and returning to the
Yeah.
receiver.
But radar and sonar are not the same thing.
True.
They
true.
operate on similar principles, but are not the same thing. And he's a super smart man, and he should know that.
Yeah.
Like his sciencey friend should know it's not a Nobel Prize.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's noble to win a Nobel.
I was gonna say it is noble, but it's
That looked like the visual indicator in like a mid 2015-ish action game when you throw an item and it comes back to you, and if it smokes up in your hand, so you know you can do it again. Like in a very like a chaotic combat-y kind of game, like a Bayonetta.
I don't think we're allowed to bring up good things while we're watching this movie.
We've been
Sorry,
bringing up,
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
and Batman and everything else.
Yeah.
So
the
gist
things only.
So the gist of all of this is that artificial blood won't keep him in this state
Yeah.
Yeah.
of Morbin
Yeah.
or pre-Morbin.
No, he's Norbin, as it needs to be Morbin. Oh, I wanna watch
what a
Norbit.
hard
Oh.
ass.
God, I hate the vampire design for him. He looks like fucking what is it, Legacy of Kain, but like bad.
Oh yeah, good call.
This
And now Matt Smith
place is really easy to fucking get into.
Yep. Revolving doors. The one kind of door a handicapped person has no problems with.
So I guess he's like a big donor, though. So I don't know
Yes,
if the implication is like he owns the whole
he
thing.
contributes to the
don't
research.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's drunk,
He does.
doing
Well-
like a Churchill impression.
Yeah, they. So I think that was kind of the implication they had earlier in the movie that he he does drink, and that's why.
Oh
Morbius
yes, yeah.
was like
There was
giving
the
him crap about
martinis after he was getting dialysis.
yeah, like you trying to kill yourself even faster.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that doesn't seem like something you should do if you're on dialysis. Is drink martinis in the afternoon.
Oh God.
Whoa, are you? He's writing blood in blood.
It's like, yes, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
So Milo is trying to save his buddy. He's just going
Yep.
to get some cold blood.
Oh, I can only imagine how many takes. Jared Leto was like, "No, I need to get more like
I need to be more twitchy.
twitchy." Yeah.
Twitch harder, damn you. Why the red light?
So he gave him artificial blood,
Yeah.
which presumably won't work.
Gives him an upset tummy.
It does seem to have a high dairy content.
Yep. just destroying a toilet in his lab.
So Milo's like, wait a minute. You're like walking around and stuff. So Morbius is still a little feral here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's coming out of it. Yeah.
So Milo is begging for, whatever
He-
Morbius used to get this way.
So Morbius was like doubled over in pain, dying, and now 5 seconds later, he's like,
Actually,
"Give it to
yes.
me."
yeah, give me that. I want that.
He got his tip top.
God, it's like they took one attempt at a script, like just banged it out on a legal pad,
Mhm.
and we're just like, "All right,
There
that's
it is.
it."
So now they're arguing over
Yep.
whether or not Milo gets to have this
Yeah.
super secret sauce.
Yep.
Matt Smith is leaning in a little bit, pulling on those acting chops, but just
Wha-
enough.
Why is he like? Why are they making him not use his normal voice?
Matt
What-
Smith?
Yeah, like what
He's
is
like
that?
extra nasally.
What is that
Yeah.
accent he's doing?
Upper crust.
Hmm.
That's the accent, I think. I mean,
What?
because we saw him
Yeah.
like pull up in like a Rolls.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So like,
yeah,
Ooh, angry Morb face.
Yeah.
yeah.
You wouldn't like me when I'm Morbin.
this is just such a interesting.
Way to waste everyone's time.
Well, I just like,
Why is this so boring?
yeah, like how
It's so blue.
how are other like I'm not trying like Marvel has not been perfect lately, but like at least they kind of like know what they're doing. And it just blows my mind that, like, it seems so hard for other studios to get right, like doing an origin.
Or even close to right.
Right.
I mean, and this isn't Sony's first time around the bend.
No.
Right.
So their blood was not exsanguinated; they were exsanguinated.
Yes. So yeah, the
I know that's pedantic, but
pedantic. We're getting into.
like those look like fang marks to you.
Yeah.
They're
Anyways,
exsanguinated and just bite marks. But we're not going to use the word vampire.
Our cop friends are visiting Bancroft in movie hospital.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, what happened on the ship?
Like, hey,
These guys have no blood in them. There should be blood in them. It says here in the book, full of blood."
I'm going to ask you this question. How many ICU units have you been in where it's completely quiet and there are just no doctors or nurses around?
or
That's
security.
why it's movie hospital.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own room, ample space, and there's not people like
Yep.
rushing
It's
to save
quiet.
lives every
Yeah.
10 minutes.
So Stroud gets some Morbin date info out of her.
Mm-hmm.
That the Morb is the person she works with.
Yeah.
This lady looks like Halle Berry in some lights.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yep.
Look at all these X-rays of random parts of a body that we took.
Yes. Leg
He's-
bone second to the neck bone.
Yeah.
Looks like this guy's got some bones.
What?
Do hospital hallways really
No.
do this on purpose?
I don't think
of
hospital
course
hallways
they do.
look like liminal spaces.
Yeah. Oh, it's the
This is the lab.
Okay.
Okay, liminal space, yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so the hallway is only illuminating an overhead light when there's a person walking under it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, hallway scenes. People like that in the Marvel stuff. Let's put a hallway scene in.
So this is
This is suitably creepy.
I'm good with it. I'm fine with this right now. This
Yes.
is a cool shot.
Yeah, we saw a little something or other crawling along the floor.
Yep.
The problem is that in this movie, especially the way this movie is paced, is it's completely ineffective.
Yeah.
Also, we don't know who this woman is, so we have no reason to care.
Yep.
Nope. She's a medical professional, therefore she's a hero.
All right, so she hits the switch that turns on all the lights, and the spooky thing is gone.
Damn
Or
cost cutting.
Is it?
Oh, you can tell with this camera move. They're really telegraphing it, aren't they?
Nah, above. Nope.
Below?
Okay.
Oh, she's being et.
She's being sandwiched.
Mm-hmm.
She's being explain-guinated. That's when an exposition has gone on too long.
Fang-splaining.
Thanks.
So that was his 6-hour mark, right?
Yep.
Oh, he's got spooky eyes and gross ears.
But he had not done human blood before.
Right.
So.
Yep, so he's using his Morbin powers to hear things in the hospital.
I hope no one recognizes me now that I'm moist.
Yeah.
And vertical.
Looks pretty good for not having any blood in her body.
Yeah. Did I do that?
I'm gonna eat them kids.
Yeah, he wants to get that veal.
He's going to get to nibbling.
I feel like there are several Jared Leto / veal jokes that can be made.
Oh.
Just gonna take this blood and no one will ask a single question.
Yeah.
God, every time the Batman Begin themes comes
Yep,
in,
it's
it's
right
really
there.
distracting.
I need to put a hoodie on and flake my responsibilities.
Hey, so he's actually like using a disguise right now. Look at that.
Yep. Doesn't work
Immediately recognized.
That was
Yeah.
perfect timing.
But yeah,
Well, I think it's a good disguise because like people know that I can't walk, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my canes.
But yeah, the Batman theme thing is hilariously just plagiarized. Yeah, weird.
So the cops are like, "Oh, you're looking pretty good for a guy who has bad blood." How are
Subtle.
you on boats?
Like boats in general, or like the specific boats?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we all know, you can do scientific experiments in international waters.
Yeah.
Maybe on a boat.
These.
I like the competency of these cops.
Yeah.
They're like, we're on to you, you motherfucker.
Fucking
We're
weirdo.
taking you down to the station, Morbius.
You're going downtown.
Put him in the paddy wagon.
We're already in Midtown, though. Okay, you're going uptown.
All right, so Morbius just heard the cop's earpiece.
Yep.
Whoa.
So he engages
All
like
right.
shadow ninjutsu powers.
Yep.
And
The shadow effects do not work in bright light.
no.
Oh.
He leap. Why? Why even have that shot? The slow-mo with the bass modulation.
Yep.
That feels like a studio exec
Yep.
decision.
It needs
Yeah,
to
like,
look.
this would
I
be
bet
really
the note was
cool.
it needs to look cooler.
So he drops his blood duffel on the roof.
His bluffle bag.
What?
What is going on?
happening?
Is he being lifted by sound?
Yeah, like
So he's cornered on the rooftop. Oh,
Yep. And he went
Cop got
downtown.
yeah, you went downtown.
All right.
so now we're in prison. He's got his orange suit on here. He's in his cell. Who knows how long he's been here? He's got a journal, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Ezra Miller saw this and he's like, I need to one up this man in every way.
I don't want to fight you, Flash.
I wouldn't invite me neither.
Get it? Because Ezra Miller's the
Yes.
Flash. It's always funnier when you explain your jokes.
Hey guys, do you want to guess how much of this movie is left?
Too much.
Oh my
About
god!
an hour, probably.
Yeah, we're about halfway through.
Okay.
So about an hour then.
God, the pacing in this movie is so weird. Like, they haven't established like like a goal
Yeah.
or an indication of what the plot is going to be. It's just scenes.
Yep. Well, I mean, up until now, the plot or end goal is will Michael Morbius save his life with bat blood?
Yeah.
Right, but it's just been like, I don't know. There's no craft behind it. It's just
No,
we're just telling you what's happening.
They're kind of just like stringing scenes together.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're learning that Morbius was close to the lady who was drained of blood in the hallway just a moment ago.
Yep.
He's like, I didn't kill that woman.
Yep. He can't answer. Not that he didn't do it. He just can't answer.
Yeah.
Morbin took my baby.
Maybe the Morbin ate your baby.
These cops are really relaxed for the fact that they found like
A vampire?
a vampire.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cops will be happy to bring it to you.
Well, it's weird because like these cops are like, oh, we saw the thing in San Francisco, so they're not just like regular cops. I feel like they're like the Morbin versus version of Shield, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't seen the Venom movies.
Well, San Francisco is where Venom takes place, so like that was the first like.
Yeah, I got that. But,
But-
are like these two from
No,
Venom?
no, these are
Okay.
yeah,
These are Morb exclusives.
Okay.
yeah.
Landshark.
Your lawyer's here.
He looks like a lawyer.
He does.
Does look like a lawyer.
It's Matthew Murdock. Ah!
Oh my god. Just get the fuck on with it.
Just
Yep. Hug longer. Hug longer.
Must
Keep hugging it.
achieve. longer runtime.
Yeah. These two haven't done it like.
If the actors had believable chemistry, you wouldn't need to build their characters up earlier on. But because they don't,
Yeah.
They're charging me with murder because of all those people I killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But Davey.
Is it maybe not suspicious that he's just got a walking cane this time and not?
No, he's always just had the walking cane.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This place is for terrorists. Terrorists.
Terrorist.
Terrorists.
Terrorist.
Yes, I'm gonna blame that one on the Negroni.
Yeah.
And therefore Jordan.
Yeah, that Negroni is Nagani.
I don't.
That's
not how
that's
lawyers
not how
work.
lawyers work.
So
That was
Drops a bag
subtle.
of blood for him on the bed.
Yeah, they'll never notice that.
does feel like a video game.
full-on SWAT equipped officer answers the door.
Yeah.
Doesn't notice the blood bag that's suddenly on the bed.
No, it's bat cylinder shaped.
Oh, it's got a little flask. Doesn't have his cane.
Nope.
For a second there, it's almost like you're going to get a usual suspects moment.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a gosh dang second.
Wait a
did
second.
he
You need this
do?
to walk. Now he's looking, more sure of himself, and
Yeah.
I'm too sexy for my morb. Too sexy for my morb.
I really like the
Sexy boy
dad
blood.
sneakers with the suit look.
yeah.
Does this cane just have like an evil duck on the top of it?
It does
Yeah.
look like it.
I like how the guards are completely uninterested in all the racket
Why
coming
does
from
he-
this fucking cell.
He drinks it like you're like a elementary school kid who takes the
It's the Capri Sun.
Capri Sun and like puts it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like puts the straw in the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. What?
Shockwave.
Wow.
He Falcon punches the wall.
That did not look good.
No.
Falcon kick.
Like, I mean,
He even has the Falcon kick little trailing thing.
why is it orange?
Because he has to escape now, and we have to have a cool action scene.
No,
there's
but
no, there's no such thing as scenes. There's only moments.
Effect shots.
I.
It has to be orange because everything else is so damn dark.
He's not moving fast though.
It's weird how this movie manages to simultaneously feel like there's nothing going on, but also that there's no room to let any moment breathe.
Yeah. So that's weird. Like that part there was weird. The black earlier in the movie looked good. One, that it was a darker scene, and two, because he was moving so quick.
Yeah, he was basically like teleporting
Teleporting,
between
right?
Yeah,
spaces.
Black Cat, friend or foe, Daily Bugle. So yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh.
So
That-
we get the confirmation that in
Okay.
case you didn't figure it out.
So that transformation looked better than any of the Morbius ones we've seen so far. I
Agreed.
think just because we saw the mouth.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the reason the effect looked so good earlier is he was teleporting. So like the little bits were just like what was left behind of him.
Yeah, it implies speed.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's the friend quarrel portion
Yep.
of the movie.
I'm the evil version of you, who is already kind of evil.
And suddenly Milo's the expert on vampire time.
Yep. They talking about doing it or talking about killing people and drinking their blood. Let us know what you think at home.
but we don't really.
No, we don't. We just know you're rich and upper crust. So therefore, this is entirely in line with my expectations.
Yeah.
And his voice just dropped half an octave.
You know what? Matt Smith, at least in this role, sounds very similar to Bill Nye.
Little bit, yeah. Oh, they're doing the
Another
point of
action
view
scene.
American Werewolf in London thing.
All right, parts of that didn't look terrible.
Yeah. I do like this scene. This has been and this is not cut away. Well, this is all CGI.
God, every
obviously.
time they go into the boo,
They
it just
don't
takes
need
me
it.
right out of it.
Yeah. People are just like, yep, another day in the subway. So the Vampire Bros are just hanging out, talking about philosophy and their bad blood. Here comes the MTA.
Yep.
You're invading fair. Time for me to take you down with extreme prejudice.
We have the suspects that were seen ricocheting around the tunnel.
Yep.
So it's weird that they get bigger.
Yeah.
Like his hand.
Like
gained-
everything looks a little big. Like they look a little taller, look a little bigger. Yeah.
That
And now we're just hamming it up in
Ugh.
his trainers.
the knocking out the three dudes really quickly looked cool. Like,
Yeah.
I like them moving faster than they're supposed to.
Yes.
That's good.
Michael. Getting big Lost Boys vibes.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to have to morb.
I don't like that
Fucking
effect
fun.
at all.
Is that Shang-Chi poster?
Oh, I didn't notice.
What on earth?
It's kind of funny that they're devoting so much screen time to such a shitty action sequence.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about any of this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
They're packing this movie with the wrong stuff. There's no substance.
No.
morb vision engaged.
It's
Yeah,
also like
the-
someone figured out how these effects work and just how they're using them for everything now.
Yeah.
Like, why is he making trails right now?
He's
He's
making
standing
dolphins.
s-
It's like he's in the
standing
Friday
still.
video.
He looks so bad.
Yeah. He's
Oh
about
my
to be
God.
snapped by Thanos.
Matt Smith with a giant mouth is jogging towards Jared Leto.
In slow-mo.
And
And Morbius suddenly decides that, you know
I can
what, I bet I can fly, and jumps in front of a fucking train.
But this isn't how... What? I'm very confused by this.
This is
he learns how to ride the wind.
The wind of what?
I don't know.
The wind that the train is pushing forward, I guess?
The wind of the morb dimension. This
Yeah.
movie is unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thomas and Kane is the movie poster. In the back.
Yeah.
Kane spelled with a K, like Legacy of Kane, right?
Yeah.
Or was that AIN?
That was A&E.
Lexi Kane's AINE, I
A-
think.
No, I think it's AIN. I think you're...
I don't know. Who cares?
Yep.
So
Is she not in the hospital anymore?
Apparently not.
No, she was done with hospital. I'm done. No more hospital for me.
Nearly... She is like...
She's got movie healing.
72% of Gal Gadot.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep, so it's daytime. Bancroft is
In her
feeling like
Canadian-
she's being followed down the street.
In her Canadian tuxedo.
Mm-hmm. That's a good look. Jean
Yeah.
top, jean bottom, or jean both?
Yeah. Canadian tuxedo. So Rodriguez is hunting down Bancroft. And the bodega employee's like, I'm no narc.
Yeah. I can't help. Convenient bus.
That's a really smug look.
It is.
Chameleon's greatest escape.
Yep. There's still little bits.
Yeah.
Of course.
They're like, we really
Sure.
want to make this the Sinister Six movie.
Yeah. On this bus.
Yep.
Except for the ones I killed on
Except
the
for the
boat.
boat people.
I did kill those guys on the boat.
Yeah.
Boat murder's okay.
Yes. That was international waters. It doesn't
Can't
count.
charge me with it.
Yes. He's out there.
I'm not going to fight you. I have to stop him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bite you, but I'm not going to give you a blood transfusion either.
I like his disguise.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, he's been walking around outside without any detriment. Yeah.
I actually said vampire.
Yep. Yeah, so they're going with the Dracula vampire of they don't burn up in sun.
Yep.
So they're eating at a cafe.
A patisserie. Patisserie? Yeah.
I like that orange juice machine in the background.
Mm.
It's very like Dr. Robotnik.
Mm.
Like mine is a.
Oh, yeah. At Gen Con, I saw a guy dressed as Dr. Robotnik, and he had a flesh-toned face mask with the big mustache in front of it.
Yeah.
So it looked like, he had no mouth.
Awesome.
It was great.
I like it.
So
This movie is begging the audience to give a shit. It
Yep.
is on its knees begging right now. That orange juice machine is pretty wild. All right, so some random dudes are trying to pay with
Counterfeit
fake
hundreds.
hundos.
yep.
We're going to get back to the lab.
Is that what they said? They got to get back to the lab?
Yep.
Apparently.
Yep.
He's like, a crime's being committed.
Yeah.
I know that look. You're about to morb.
Yeah.
I'm going to be cryptic and mysterious.
Maybe their money lab has vampire cures.
Yep. Look at those windbreakers. They're up to no good.
Yeah.
This is a worth your time and energy right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go grab another beer.
So his whole like I'm only going to take artificial blood thing right now, like why? That blood that people donated already is already donated blood. Like
Yeah.
what's
Well, he has morals, and you know how this is going to end at the end of Act 3.
But he had that whole thing of blood. Like that blood wasn't going to anybody. He had a whole freezer full of real blood.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, we switched to the chemicals.
Indistinct conversation.
Also the logic of, hey, use this bill. It doesn't pass the counterfeit test. We'll
Here,
just
take some more.
Take some more, and you can keep some of this bill that no one will take from you.
Yeah, no
it's not a
kidding.
great crime make.
No.
Mm-hmm. This looks like a level out of Destiny.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like
This
the.
looks like a subway station
looks-
from Fallout 3.
That looks exactly like the level from Destiny, right?
Yeah, it does. I think the first game.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Can't remember the name. So
It's on Mars, though.
Yeah.
Ugh, God.
This beer is probably not going to be good. It's a spicy. It's the Xmas pickle from Reverend Artifact.
Oh, the Christmas Prickle. That's an older one, bud. Godspeed.
Woo! Very dilly. Very dilly.
I want to have aged pickle
Aged
beer.
pickle beer.
Oh wow. Yeah, it is. Very dilly.
Yep.
So Morbius has,
Just shattering this guy's hand.
yep, this dude that tried to stab him. The pretty little stinky pinky.
I'm your worst nightmare.
Says, I am Venom.
So that's
Okay.
what?
gives him
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you he's going to use springs to solve this.
Yep. Just
These
A
machines
series
have
of-
so
a
many
series of
springs.
extra
rings.
super springs.
This is.
This is the worst.
Yeah.
At least there was more to make fun of in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Like that movie was that thing was boring and painful and like not nearly as fun to make fun of as we thought it was going to be. But at least there was substance to latch onto.
So now we
What?
have shirtless Matt Smith.
just chewing the scenery.
Dancing in quotes.
Yeah. You know what? I would buy this scene if we got any bit of him being like a big doofus and jerk earlier on in the movie. Besides, like, oh, we got a hint that he's drinking martinis and he's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it is pink.
Oh, he tossed his
building.
comb. What a.
Yeah. That
Ooh,
looks
I
so
don't know.
bad.
Oof.
I mean, I'm fine with him dancing like a doofus. The guy, you
Sure.
know, he has not.
It's got
had a life of
big
movement.
Charlie's Angel 1
That
energy.
looks so bad.
That looks so bad.
How did we peak at vampire effects in Blade 1?
Yeah, no
Because
shit.
Blade One rules.
Blade
Yeah,
1
one does rule.
fucking rips. If you
This
haven't
looks
seen it
like
lately,
this looks like the club from the opening of Blade 1.
It kind of does, yeah.
The opening sequence of Blade One is one of my favorite opening sequences in any movie.
yeah, it's super cool.
There's a scene
so
out of like
good.
Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
So Milo's, he's at some club, just being shady.
They turned the blue filter up
Yep,
all the way.
he's hitting on some lady. Oh,
I don't think they say that.
No, they don't.
No.
I've never heard that line. Tequila, American whiskey to forget.
that's like someone when they're writing the script. It's like, hey, write
Yeah.
a cool thing about alcohol that you think is cool. Oh, this sounds like something people would say, I guess. Oh, so this lady had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Movie bars where there's only
Yeah.
one kind of liquor.
Yeah.
The
A beer, a
whiskey.
tequila, and a
Is-
whiskey.
Yes.
I'll have a beer. I love beer.
Yes.
So Milo trying to
Keep
restrain
it
his
cool.
Yep.
his morb mode, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he waited for them to come
Oh,
out.
sneaky Milo.
Milo has all the patience in the world.
That's the sequel, Sneaky Milo's Blood Punchin'. That's,
Sneaky Milo's blood.
God, that looks so bad.
Why does he look like a ghoul from Fallout?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And he just murderates them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get to see it.
Nope.
We just hear some screams.
Just there's Morbin and there's Miloin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really mad at you guys for making me watch this.
Dr. Hare is back.
Hello, Dr. Girlfriend.
Yeah. Doctor.
Oh, there's a robot arm. Didn't
Dr.
notice that.
Mrs. Morbius.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Got him.
The bats are just still there.
Still going buck ass
Damn it.
wild.
Morbius forgot to turn the bats off again.
No joke.
How is he feeding those bats? You know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I
Why do you think he has all that blood in that freezer?
I also like the chalkboard with just like science. on
Yep.
it. Just drawings
Muscles.
of muscles. Like
Formulas.
yes.
Also, his
Ugh.
ears did the little
It's
wiggly.
like I'm drinking straight from the jar, except it's a little carbonated.
What the fuck is even going on? I care not for any of this.
Vectors.
Yep. So Milo's like,
Oh,
"Where's the
he's-
morb?"
he's
And she's like,
hearing-
"I don't know where the morb is." And he's like,
hearing
"I think
her
you
heartbeat.
do."
We are the few against the many, is the message he instructs her to give to Morbius. Meh.
Man, I'm mad.
Police tape has no authority over me.
I would rather him just Kool-Aid man his way through the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Morbius already did that.
I like that she's going to very subtly walk out of here, and Milo won't notice or follow her.
No, not at all.
That soundtrack.
Yep.
Yep.
Why are the cops barging in here? Who knows? Where are they? I don't know either.
Is this her apartment?
I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
Based off this foyer.
Yeah, it looks like it on the wall.
Yeah.
So,
What?
I need to ask you some questions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's hers.
Yep.
It said Martine Bancroft on that certificate, but I looked at it too quickly and thought it said maritime something or other. I was like, does she actually have a maritime law certificate? That'd be pretty funny.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's bleeding the bloods. It's so I like the implication here that this movie gives us that all labs are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The random street thugs, their lab has the same stuff.
Lab.
Yeah.
And in a
That Morb
abandoned
needs.
subway station or whatever the hell this is.
Yeah.
And that you can just take a big old printer, a counterfeit printer, and turn it into a centrifuge.
Yeah.
When
I like
you're
she's
on
when
red.
you're
I like she's in the lingo already too.
Yeah.
I'm hip. I'm cool. What do you call it?
When I'm riding the red.
Can't say like, oh, when you're vamping out.
I mean, they don't want to say when you're morbid, but
Yeah.
No.
That's at the end.
You'll finally get it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
God, this movie is so slow.
And with no redeeming qualities.
No.
it's
But
not,
that's a cat.
it's
Look
not
at that-
going
look at that good
anywhere. It's
boy.
just
He's got
meandering.
Yeah,
little
it is a
socks
cat.
on.
Good cat.
He is taking kindly to his new domicile. He's not hiding in a corner or under a box.
Yeah, that's not
That's
not
the
how cat
least
works.
realistic part of this movie.
Yeah.
Yep. No cat is that cool.
Just being sad. Us too, Morb. Us too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Everyone's just gonna keep saying hi to each other.
Yep.
So Bancroft has joined him on the roof. She's stopped her finger from bleeding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
He says he's gonna go for it. So I mean, I appreciate they're not avoiding it.
Yep.
Yeah, they were for a while,
Yep.
but then the
studio notes came in.
then the cops went from like, oh, their blood is missing and it's like puncture wounds, and like being really obtuse to being like,
Yeah, you're a fucking vampire.
I'm going to extrapolate way too much information from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're kissing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, Matt. Yep, look, he found her. Imagine that.
He is a good creeper.
He is. I do have to say I appreciate that they're like, yes, vampires exist in this world, and that's why people know what this is. Not
like
the whole zombie movie
the
thing.
concept of vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
That's
zombie
what,
thing, like-
that's like what I was saying.
There's
Yeah,
all
like,
these. The Shamblers are coming.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
They never made Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Well, you suck. You're boring.
You're such a square, man.
Yeah.
Random piss stains all over the space, all over this
Yeah.
parking lot.
There's a fresh trail of Morb over here.
Yeah.
Hack the cameras.
Yeah.
So, the splashy effect happened when Milo landed on the goons, like the
Yep.
splashy. Because I was wondering, can other people see this splashy
Look at
shit?
that shot!
Bloodthirsty gnome found in city streets.
That head was like Microsoft painted onto that image.
Okay, so I want to make sure that things were happening. Things are still happening.
What?
I'm gonna cause you two down there to shit your
at that
pants
shot.
almost. We
Look,
thought we might have lost the recording.
They're
for a
using that
second.
more than once, huh?
That head, the head on that body is completely misproportioned.
Yeah.
It's also like way too clear
Yeah.
compared to the rest of the footage because they want to be like,
Drinking-
oh look, it's Matt Smith.
Red wine in a clear bottle.
It's Boone's Farm.
Morbs Merlot.
Yeah. More below.
Merlot.
Oh. Sorry, Jared Harris. Don't think you're
Yep.
making it out of the scene alive.
This is, finally, he'll be spared from the rest of this movie.
Yep.
Like,
Matt Smith's he's like in the Game of Thrones spinoff, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's House of
He's-
the Dragon or whatever.
yeah.
Which I forgot existed until like right now.
Yeah.
I forgot too.
So like
Bad wig.
part of the whole thing in with Captain America, right, is like the reason why he's still good after taking the super soldier serum is that it makes you more of what you are. So
Yeah, he
because
was
Steve
a good
Rogers is
person
like
beforehand.
Right.
like a good person.
Which
Like,
is why he got the juice.
I feel like they're implying that that's what happens here. Like once you get your power, you start to be better. But they they didn't give us they didn't give him like Matt Smith's character like a
yeah, so
like enough of like
So- we're getting the kind of
There we go.
We're getting kind of the background of why this is. So
Yep.
we found out that Milo was a big donor to Morb. So it was clearly for a self-preservation. If I have the means to, you are smart enough that if anyone can figure it out, you will figure it out. So
And then
I
can
will keep
benefit.
living.
yeah.
So now he doesn't need Morbius's discoveries and research anymore. So he's kind of like unleashed id,
Yeah.
kind of.
But I'd want more of the like them fighting over certain like you just
Now he's
God,
like a
that looks
skeleton.
bad. It looks bad.
Too sunken. Yep. Oh, I was gonna say he's gonna get a claw in the chest earlier on. I was expecting like the punch into the
Oh.
chest, but tomato.
I don't think
Back
he's
and
going to be
punch.
able to tell him anything.
Yeah, he's gonna get sepsis from that wound.
That didn't sound good. Like
no.
it's supposed to be like a scary like vampire man yell, and it just didn't. Didn't really land.
I don't believe it, but it could be possible.
Yeah.
Again, this script needed a couple more passes.
Yup.
Or just a straight shot into the trash can.
Science. Bats and humans, we're not so different. So Michael's got some anti-bats and also anti-human
Yeah.
juice. So
Yep.
if Pokemon has taught us anything,
Yep.
if you got double weaknesses, it's going to do times 4.
Yes. Yeah. So what's the difference there, inherent difference there in deadly and fatal?
I was just going to say it's deadly to bats, but it's fatal to humans.
I
Convenient.
like that it's delivered like they're two
I
different
think
things.
if it's, I think
Not
deadly means it can kill you. Fatal means it will kill you.
Yeah.
okay.
I'll buy that.
I'll give you that. That makes as much sense as the scientific mumbo jumbo in this movie. So
Mhm.
Yep. She's almost in a lab coat, in theory.
They need the genius of Denise Richards from that Bond movie. They need
she
to
was,
Oh,
throw-
World of
she
Not
was a
Enough.
nuclear physicist.
Christmas Jones.
Yep.
That's literally her name.
So
They love that like mild mutate effect in this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Used
right,
constantly.
right before a scene change.
It's cheap.
It certainly looks cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining Kevin Feige watching the final cut of this and just like slowly white knuckling the armrests in the screening room as a cold sweat like pulls down his forehead, trying to figure out how to get out of this.
Yep. He's like, "Don't worry, Michael. I have this serum that will save you."
Meanwhile, Taika Waititi's like, "Hey, I stole some wine from my buddy Sam Neill. Now we're all going to get drunk and watch this movie."
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gone already.
the only bit of acting in this whole movie, and he's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
He really didn't get to say much, did he?
No.
No, it's pretty underutilized.
What?
So Morbius can hear Bancroft and Milo somewhere. She's been kidnapped. Oh my god.
Oh my! Look.
Wow. He kind of looks like the old school, like original Planet of the Apes
Yeah.
makeup when he's like in the dark like that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
See, he's got the Dark Knight thing going on
I
now.
hate this effect.
It's way too much.
Wah,
It
wah, wah,
is.
wah, 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 wah.
I think the effect looks really cool. I think it is completely out of place in how it's used.
Yes.
Oh, he's purple now.
Morb away!
I think part of the thing that I don't like about the transitions is that his look, he never looks the same through the whole movie.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. Or, yeah, you're right.
It's
Like
all
his-
over the place.
It's all over the place.
I remember seeing the first trailer for this
And immediately knowing it was going to be awful.
years ago and being like, well, I mean, that's probably not going to be good, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to be good.
No. Why is it still going?
It's
Now he's like slightly more human.
It was pulsing with her heartbeat a moment
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I called this. He's gonna like, she's like, feed on me.
Yep.
Yep. So she's not doing great.
I'm sorry.
For,
No further takes required.
yep.
And she. What?
No, she got some of the more blood.
Yep.
Wait,
Does that do
she
anything to
got
her?
his?
She bit his lip and got some of his blood.
Okay.
Because, you know, she like a kinky.
Yeah. Or did she cut herself on him?
I think he bit his own lip and dripped his
Ah,
blood into
who
her
cares?
mouth.
She's not actually dead.
I don't-
That's what.
I
That's the takeaway of this is she'll be
Yeah,
back.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Nope. There she goes.
Okay.
So he's eating her bloods.
I was thought she cut her.
That's what yeah. I thought they were doing like a Dracula thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
you got to do the blood exchange.
I'm
to make
feeding
her a
Mina
vampire
Harker
or
my
whatever.
blood, and she's going to be transforming.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
He looks more like a zombie.
He does.
Yeah, I mean he. This is sci-fi television movie level of effects. Like the shots that we're seeing on screen right now are straight out of a video game.
Yep.
You know what it
Like,
reminds
this
me
is a
of?
quick time event.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a quick time event, and it also has that weird Spider-Man 3 intro where they're like flying above the city, and it's like Uncanny Valley CGI faces.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think the like face morph on these would hide it better, but it just looks more cartoony.
It does.
The one thing I will say is it's easy to follow where they are.
It is. Yep.
So that's like, for a movie that is, you know, predominantly all the action scenes are happening at night with people moving fastly through either like dimly lit or these lot of ambient lighting, like it's easy to keep track of the characters on scene, which isn't always the case when it comes to these kinds of duels.
I'll give you
I'll
that.
do that. So Matt Smith's character did one swipe, and apparently Morbius has been morbed.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
He's been fatally morbed. but not. Yeah, it's
No,
fatal. It's deadly morbing.
It's deadly morbing.
Fatal morbing.
morbing.
Yeah.
RKO out of nowhere. That's exactly what that was.
Yep.
Are they going through the ground right now?
I guess
Is that what's
so.
happening?
Into the
Yep.
subway, maybe.
He's so
As
Milo.
we all know, New York is a series of tubes.
Yes, Milo pile drove Morbius through the city streets into the sewer.
Into the TMN2 lair.
Oh my god. Why is this a movie? Matt Smith, you had such better things to be doing. I like that he's actually vampiring right
Yeah,
now.
so he's hanging
Yeah.
upside down like
Yeah.
a bat.
Oh, look at this! Look at this Act 3 set piece. It's so big.
And we get to let Matt Smith monologue for a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a train.
Is he going to yell to his bat friends back at the lab?
Oh my god, if that's what they do, I quit.
Oh, he fell. He got too tired from yelling.
Bonk. Yep. He's like,
That's
what,
a
really?
new look. That's
Yeah.
a new look.
Yeah. You okay?
Is he
What?
echolocating through
His fingers?
Do you guys? Did you not know bats do that? Did you not know bats
that
use their
hurts
bat
my- that
radar?
kinda
He's
hurts my
vibing
eyes.
through the water?
What? Matt Smith has another new look.
Like elder statesman
So
vampire face.
they're actually gonna do the bat thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
He's calling for backup.
WB's like, damn it, we can't sue for copyright infringement. We don't want to get involved in this headline.
Yeah. That is a very large, very fake set.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, when you're doing this much nothing, you need a lot of space.
What is this room supposed to be?
A very abandoned, very large subway. Or is this an under construction subway station?
Little bit of A, little bit of B.
Are they?
Oh my god.
What are they doing? Did they like bat him back to life?
Yes.
Why?
But why?
How? Why?
What's the? Where did this come from? Oh my god. What is that?
Fucking blizzard ass CGI
Jesus
cinematic motherfucker.
Christ.
This is. So... Did
Go, my.
Did this movie
Fly,
come out
my
in
pretties, fly.
2008?
Go, Percival.
Chico, Bob.
Is he gonna bat Duke in him?
Yeah. Badookin.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
my
he did. He Morb-dokened him.
Wow.
He's a batomancer.
This is awesome.
I'm glad we spent millions on this, you guys.
Yeah. If he.
And yet, okay, and I'm supposed to believe that Batgirl is worse than this?
Yeah, no way.
So he
Let's
was.
not
being-
confuse studios, but yes.
Hold on. Superpowered dude was being just held down by a cloud of bats.
Yep. Many
Apparently.
bats. I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm not gonna save you either. Incoming.
God, that looks so bad.
What? But
No, he's unmorbing.
yeah.
You gave me my name because you're an idiot.
Why does he sometimes have a mustache and sometimes not?
It's like most Dracula. Sometimes they have mustaches, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, but not the same Dracula in the same movie.
Yeah, Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula. When he's
That's
very
true.
old, no mustache.
That's okay.
He does.
young,
He mixes.
mustache.
He
Very
mixes his
Oldman.
look up.
Yeah, over the course of like a while.
Okay.
Not in the same
In
evening.
some of these shots, he actually looks a little bit like the young Gary Old, like early, like
Oh,
like the
when he's-
flashback Gary Oldman in
Oh, yeah,
Bram
yeah.
Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
It seems a crime to compare this movie to that movie.
Anything
which,
with Gary Oldman.
despite some horrible accent work from Keanu Reeves being one of the most best-looking movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
he was hot shit at that time, so
He was.
you know we can excuse Keanu.
Take me away, bats.
my god.
Suspicious cloud of bats seen fleeing abandoned construction
I thought that
sites.
brass chord was going to resolve up and do the Batman Begins theme again, but it didn't. Oh,
There it comes.
There it comes.
Fuck, I could have wrote this damn movie. Here it comes.
Maybe you morb long enough to be the villain.
Oh my good lord.
Or you live to see to have your series
They
canceled.
literally just lifted whole scenes from freaking Batman Begins.
Oh, God.
Bleh.
Oh, there it goes.
Bancroft is alive.
Yeah. Batcroft.
Bancroft. Yeah.
Is he surfing bats?
yep.
Bat surfing.
Everybody grab your bird gun.
I want to do what we do in the shadows, like to talk about Morbius.
Wait, is that it?
What?
That's the end?
Yep.
I
Apparently,
mean, I'm glad it's over, but what the...
Wow, there's more color in these credits already than the whole
Yep.
movie. Where's the movie that these credits belong to? I want to watch that movie.
Yeah.
It's probably some Nicholas Winding Refn gig.
Good
These credits
Christ.
rule.
Yeah. Look at them laser Floyd. Nah, you don't need
Oh,
a
is it really based on the Marvel comics?
Is it though?
Is
No
it
one's
though?
ever read a Morbius comic.
Avi Arad.
Yeah. Oh, Jared Leto with that EP credit.
Ugh.
This is like some fucking Windows 2000. This is Windows XP screensaver.
It's
a
a
spirograph.
it's a
The
visualizer
visualization,
from
yeah.
like Real Player.
Real player.
yeah.
Oh,
Mid-credits
he's not
scene?
done morbing.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
is this supposed to
Weird
be-
Void in Sky opens.
Yep.
So, and now we're in a prison of some kind. And who's appearing inside the prison? Hey, it's Adrian Toomes.
Oh.
The Vulture. So, good old Michael Keaton's like, wait a second,
Hey,
I already
wait.
did the bat stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm not dead. And,
Yeah.
or Batman.
Yeah.
Or Birdman.
But what was he looking like? He looks exactly the same as he did in the last. Okay.
What do you mean? Or,
Okay.
Oh, his immediate
so-
release.
yeah,
law's somewhat fair.
Yeah.
You came from
So-
another dimension. I guess we won't keep you in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, he's white.
Yeah.
At the
He's
end
free
of-
pass, really.
Venom 2, Venom gets pulled into the MCU.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I do know that.
so some
Yeah, and
other
then-
thing happens. I don't fucking know.
And then he
Multiverse
gets
shit.
sent back at the end of No Way Home. End credits.
Except
scene.
for a little squishy thing.
Yeah, a
Yes.
little bloob.
So they can have an excuse to have Venom in the MCU now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Loving these credits, though.
there is another scene. It might be at the very end of the credits, though. So if we want to
Alright, well,
maybe,
I'm gonna just turn this audio down.
Oh.
And we'll talk about stuff until that happens. Other than these credits. All right, so time to get through. Well, we got through Morbius, which is over, thankfully.
good job, us.
Yep, good job, us.
Yeah, us.
Let's do View Again, Brew Again. We watch this movie again. We drink these Negronis again.
Oh,
Oh,
here it
oh,
is.
yeah.
Hey,
First, more credits.
Hold on.
More scenes. Grass rustling.
A
A
Porsche?
Porsche?
Yeah.
Yep.
Morbmobile.
Is he just?
Shoot.
A Morbsades.
off
Is he
into
driving
the-
into the ocean?
That's what it looks like.
More boats.
Turns in his car turns into a plane or sub because it's got to do more Batman stuff.
Yeah. He is in a very empty desert.
He's-
Sorry, I'm listening to-
Why do you
listen to a lot
drive
of
if he
Talking
can
Heads.
bat surf and fly?
Fair.
They need to recreate that surfing scene from Batman 66 where he surfs against the Joker.
Yes.
A rocket.
Oh,
appears.
he's pre-morbing.
Oh, it's the actual just Vulture again. He
Okay.
made a new Vulture suit.
This is.
So did the Chitauri invasion happen in this universe?
Who? I don't
I don't know.
No, it's the Vulture.
So they changed the scene where they'd meet.
What?
So like in one of the trailers, there was he encounters Adrian Toomes encounters Michael Morbius on the on the street,
when he's in prison? Like what
no,
would have
like
made
he's
sense?
Not, he's not in prison. He's like just hanging out like on the street, and Morbius is like going through an alleyway, and Vulture's like, "Hey, Dr. Morbius," he says some cheesy one line or something like that.
Why wouldn't not that there should be a second one of these, but why wouldn't the second movie start off with that scene? If you're gonna do the other scene,
But why?
So they can have a flashback.
Why would they? Why would Morbius?
why would Morbius be his buddy?
They've been trying to make a damn Sinister Six movie for like 15 years.
Yeah, but is Morbius part of the Sinister Six?
It's got a
No,
rotating
but they
lineup,
can count
whatever.
it.
No, I don't think
If they
so.
can get 6 going, then they're.
Yeah, I mean, there's 6 other better villains.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Well, they need some people they can kill off so they can put more in the future.
Yeah, they're gonna
Suicide
do
Squad.
the Suicide Squad style.
Yeah.
The Suicide
Good
Six.
Christ!
All right, Video Game Brogan, watch this beer. You don't know it. You know, yeah. You guys know how this goes. No. Everything you heard about it is correct. I'm very happy that the internet was able to fool Sony on re-releasing this movie in theaters and having to make $84,000 that weekend. Good job, internet. But we
Well played.
felt like we may have wasted our ironic liking stuff, and now we don't get a Batgirl movie, which is still weird, but that's here nor there. Different topic for different time. Brew again. Very good Negronis. It's not my go-to cocktail, but I would drink this again. It's not sweet, which I do enjoy, but I do like what that orange adds to it, which is a good amount. So thank you, Jordan, for bringing that. The Xmas pickle from Urban Artifact. Yeah, I like pickles though, so that's me.
Man, it is a very pickly beer.
Going down that couch there.
Christ. I'm going to start with the brew again. Again, the Jordan Special, his Negroni for today. Yes, I respect this drink. I don't like bitter mixed drinks. This is pretty bitter. So this is just not really my speed, but I have been enjoying it, and I love you, bud, for making this for us. Yeah.
Morbi.
Yeah. And the View again, absolutely fucking not. This is the second time I've had to watch this goddamn movie. Also the second time I've had to pay to watch this fucking movie. Saw it for the first time in the theater, and it's very rare that I leave the theater just being mad. Like that unironically, I was just upset that I had wasted my fucking time with this movie. There's no redeeming quality. I mean, Jared Harris, always great, but he's in the movie for 7 minutes. Some interesting visual effects that I think, again, look kind of cool at times. I do think they look cool. I just don't think they make any sense for what this movie is, and it feels they're very shoehorned in. Like, nah, it's got to be fucking cool and weird and just odd and do this shit with the fucking particles and stuff. It's just... it doesn't make any damn sense, and this movie's a complete waste of time. I've seen it twice now, and I already have forgotten most of everything that happens, and I just don't care even a little bit. It's fucking terrible. Yep, I'm going to stop ranting, and I'm going to pass it down to Mr. Jordan. View again, brew again, bud.
View again. I would rather walk home today than ever watch this again. Like... not even like I'm going to watch this with someone else and watch their reaction. Like this, I didn't think it would. I didn't actually think. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be as bad as people made it out to be. But it was somehow worse. It just seems so aimless. Like it's just there's no heart to the characters. There's nothing redeeming about them. There's no warmth. There's no humor. There's no like clear setup of what the plot is, what the goal is, what the conflict is going to be. It's just go. And I said it earlier in the movie, like it somehow manages to feel like there's nothing happening, but nothing is happening at a breakneck speed. Like that's almost impressive, actually.
Yeah.
From a technical standpoint. But yeah, I would not watch this movie again. Brew again? Yeah, I mean, the Negroni is kind of my go-to. I'm going to have a cocktail at home just when I don't want to impress anyone because it's easy and fast, and I like gin. So,
Noise.
yeah.
All right, there. Bring us home, Mr. Thorpe.
No. I agree with Jordan. Like, I knew this was going to be a train wreck walking into it, and it was worse. This movie does the very odd thing of simultaneously feeling like every single scene that we saw was in the trailer, but also only the interesting parts were in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's a lot more movie that is not interesting.
A lot more.
To Ryan's point, yeah. There are effects in here that are interesting. They're just used poorly. The design decision, and this isn't against the people that did the visual effects, but the design decision,
right,
to continually change the looks of the vampires, both of them, is bizarre to me.
And I wonder how much of that was an intentional choice,
or
and how much of it was multiple teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's intentional because
obviously there must
movie.
have been concept art of being like, here's what they look
Here's
like
what
when
when
they're morbid.
And I don't mind, like, hey, here's full transformation and here's partial transformation. Like, if you're trying to play with a guy like struggling with controlling it, like, that makes sense. I get that you're doing that, but like literally there are like 7 or 8 different looks of what he looks like when he's fully transformed.
That's not how it read to the audience.
And what it does instead is, instead of being like, oh, he's working on control, it just pulls you out of it and draws your eye to the fact that he doesn't look right.
Yeah, that it's visually inconsistent.
He continually doesn't look right, because you don't know what he's supposed to look like because they won't they won't tell you what he's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You have 44 hours to watch this again, Ryan.
Gotta have as many people over in the next 2 days as possible.
How does it have a 4 out of 5 stars?
Ironic. It's weird because like the IMDb and the stars are always way different. But
I will tell you this: the people that rate movies on Amazon are much more lenient than IMDb.
This is true.
It's just from like outright stealing the music from Batman Begins to
and a couple of scenes and ideas with
what a bizarre
summoning,
dragging, and yet never allowing anything to like breathe. That's the best way to put it. Like it just runs through every scene it possibly can, but none of them you care about.
Yeah, the scenes that have space are boring.
Yeah,
there's no like emotional weight to them, which is when you typically would let a scene breathe.
Yep.
It's just space. It's just empty space.
And having seen the whole movie now, the scene of him and Matt Smith walking down the street together at the beginning of the movie is absolutely a reshoot. That was absolutely inserted after the first cut.
Give him some more camaraderie to make people care about the conflict.
We need to show them, or at least try and show them being friends.
Yeah, his sudden but inevitable betrayal. Drink good. Thank you, Jordan. I like Negronis.
No problem. I know you.
Yeah, just quickly, like, it's interesting because we did another, comic book movie recently. We did the New Mutants, just for us, it was kind of the opposite. Like, you heard it's real bad, but I actually kind of liked it.
I didn't hear anything about it.
I heard mostly bad about it. But yeah, I ended up really liking that one.
Yeah,
wasn't it in development for like a really long time?
Like 7 years.
That typically makes you think it's going to be bad anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was a movie that I think that, like we said, there are some horror elements of this movie. New Mutants was a movie that was like, I want to make a horror movie with mutants in it. And it makes a horror movie with mutants in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a question for you guys. So 2-part question. First part, things you liked. Was there anything? I'll start. I'll say the practical makeup I thought was actually very good.
Mm-hmm. Like when they're just like sickly.
Yeah. I think that's really good. I think, Max, you mentioned the action, although it's sporadic and sort of aimless, is easy to follow, which I think is worth mentioning nowadays when so much action is shaky cam and lots of cuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've been watching a lot of like 70s kung fu things, which you can
Shaw Brothers.
Shaw Brothers stuff, where the takes are like 20.
Yeah, they
seconds.
just
They're
park
like,
the camera there and go.
Like there's some clear choreography, and it just like it makes you realize just how
many corners are
frenetic
cut.
and
Yeah.
frenetic, and how many cuts there are in like modern action movies. And there were a number of like long shots in this, and obviously, transition to CGI stuff. I'm thinking primarily in that subway sequence, which was not in the trailers, which was a nice distinct part from the rest of the movie, just because it was so like the color palette was very different because they were underground in like that white taupe-ish dorm room colored tiles, and just because like it was I noticed it was all like very long cuts. So, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, Ryan.
I mean, just repeating. I like some of the how to say this. Some of the design choices for like how the effects looked. Again, the sparkly like dust and like the wind and like vampire vision and the trails and stuff. Like coming off the city when he uses his super bat hearing or whatever the fuck that was. Like again, that looks cool. I just think it doesn't fit. But
Way overused.
yeah, and Jared Harris. But
yeah, that goes without saying.
But I can't. I really would like to find more to like about this movie, but I genuinely
There's
can't.
not much.
No.
I like that the guy who was playing the real time, the real time scenes was really good until the end when he got cut in the stomach because he hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
he missed that final X
Yep.
in that knife duel against Kaiser.
Morbius does a bat Doken.
He does.
The Bat Doken was,
I do like
was fun.
the last scene at least made me laugh.
Yeah,
for the wrong reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, like,
It was. I'm surprised. I think we'll be surprised when we listen back to this at how many times we're like, they're not gonna do X,
yeah.
and then that's actually what they did.
Yep.
Damn it.
it reminded me of when I was explaining the end of the Star Wars trilogy to Josh and was like, oh yeah, and he has 10,000 Star Destroyers. And Josh is like, and every single one of them has the Death Star laser, right? And I was like, yes.
Actually,
yes.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
So the
They're
second
all fully staffed. They've just been hiding under the ice.
the second half of this question is a thought exercise. Is there a version of this movie that could have been good? Like, do you take this concept and in someone else's hands with maybe a different lead actor, that you actually make a movie about this character that is interesting and fun?
I think
Yes.
so. I'm going to jump in just real quickly. I think yes, but that's because to me this movie was just a money pit and not a single person cared. That's what this movie feels like to me. No one cared.
I feel like the base plot of someone having a rare blood disease and vampirism being the cure could make for an interesting story that you could disentangle from being a Marvel movie and have just be like a PG-13, a hard PG-13 or R-rated horror film.
Yeah, I think
Call it like hemophage or something like that. Some sort of, like some blood lingo in the title to make you know it's a vampire thing. And the tagline just being "the blood is the life" or something like that.
Yeah,
or,
there you go.
And have it just clearly be a vampire story. That kind of has a lot of the similar plot beats, but doesn't have that Marvel superhero style to it.
Morbius.
Everyone likes vampire movies. Like they're always going to be popular and such, but like you don't need to have like a superhero vampire movie.
Here's my thing. I think
that's what I think on it. Though.
Yeah, I think for me, that's one way you could go. You could do it as a straight horror movie, which there were a couple, like that hallway scene. That was actually like for 5 seconds. Like do that kind of thing. Because you're right, there really is no hero plot to this. There isn't even really an anti-hero. Like there isn't enough plot to call it much of anything. So you could have gone straight horror. I think the other way you could do it was if you wanted to make a Morbius movie about this character and have it be set in this world, you'd have to lean a little bit harder into the silliness of it and acknowledge it for what it is and not try and take it so seriously. Like, I agree, I don't think anyone cared about this movie, but I also think that it was a little try hard
Yeah.
take itself too seriously.
Agreed. Yeah.
And that just makes it land even worse for me.
Right.
I don't know.
So I posit the way you make this movie better is you reduce the Morbius scenes by like 2/3. I know the movie's titled Morbius, but there's too much Morbius in the Morbius movie. Almost every scene has Jared Leto in it. He is in scene after scene after scene after scene after, and that's where it doesn't ever give any ability for the other characters in this movie to breathe.
And not only is he in every scene, he's vamping out in every scene.
He's vamping constantly.
Like, you never get a chance to even get to know
Morbius.
his character.
We don't get to see him.
He's just
He's
there's
smart
no depth
and
to any
he
of it.
has blood disease. That's the extent of his character.
Yeah.
The two scenes that we made comments on were both scenes with Matt Smith in them. One was Matt Smith dancing around like a goober, and the other was Matt Smith with Bancroft in it.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other scene in this movie, he's in. Right? There's the Matt Smith Jared Harris scene, but he's just constantly in the film. And if you want him to seem cool, he can't, like, you don't make a Batman movie where he never takes the suit off and just continually punches everyone for 2 hours.
Right.
Like, they made a Superman movie about that, and no one liked it.
Yep.
This is
No one
true.
did.
Right? So that to me is the sin that this movie makes. And if you want to make it more interesting, you need to make him that he seems cooler when it's not him on there, and you make the audience guess who you're seeing. Are you seeing Matt Smith's vampire? Are you seeing Jared
Yeah,
Leto's
they
Right?
did that once,
And it was
I
cool.
thought they could have done that a little more
Agreed. Yeah. You
with
tell
him
the-
like randomly waking up, not knowing where he was been.
Yep.
And then again showing it happening, because then you're kind of like doubting, like, well, what has he been doing? And stuff.
That would
But,
be
like,
it.
the very first time that he like wakes up and is like, I don't know, like that's when we see the nurse get killed.
Right.
That
like
would be
so.
an interesting way to do it, where if you kind of have that sort of, for lack of a better way of describing it, the Jekyll and Hyde aspect of it, where he's
Yeah.
like
That's a good way.
spend more time of him trying to like reconcile the two halves would have been a more interesting movie than just getting that all out of the way in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, the boat scene happens, and then he jumps off the boat, and then we get like 3 or 4 minutes, and suddenly he's back on screen again, figuring everything out right away,
Telling us
Like,
all the
telling us
stuff
all
that
the
could
stuff.
have been him figuring out, that could have
Right.
been the movie.
But I would have loved to have seen him jump off the boat, and then we don't see him again for 15 or 20 minutes.
And you're hearing about more
You just
deaths
hear
and
Right.
more
stuff.
deaths and
Yeah,
stuff happening
yeah.
and everything else that's going on, right? Like, that
Or-
would have been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like, we clearly see him calling the distress signal, and it would have been, I think it would have been better if, like, someone else had called it, and
Like, she wakes up and calls the distress signal.
Yeah, or someone else calls it, and he flees the scene, and he just not really knowing, like, what's going on, figuring
Right.
out whatever the hell is, being a Morbius
Yeah, it
is
could
like.
it could have been just the guy calling it on there, and then he just like morbs him,
Yeah,
and then wakes up and like flees, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you have better vampire superhero movie options. Watch Blade.
Watch Blade.
Fuck, watch Ultraviolet.
Oh,
I'll
God,
fucking
no.
I'll stump.
No.
I'll stump for that
No.
fucking movie.
No.
Absolutely.
Podcast over.
Okay, wait. You know what? I haven't seen Ultraviolet since it was in theaters.
Oh, boy.
You know, what?
I liked it better on
willing
rewatch.
to bet it's probably better than this movie.
Ultraviolet is better than this movie. If
Don't act like you're pontificating
Yeah.
on this.
see, Ultraviolet at least
This wasn't painful.
Ultraviolet is stylish as hell, though. Like it's probably, I'm sure it hasn't aged well, but I remember it being style over substance, but it had more style. This is style over substance with no style.
I can watch Ultraviolet and giggle
Yeah,
because it's so dumb.
Yeah.
This isn't dumb at all. Like, it's not dumb enough. Like, Ultraviolet is so silly.
yeah.
Yeah.
This movie's too self-important,
and
and I don't know if it's Jared Leto or if it's the
Yeah.
actual production, but there's something about it that I just can't. There's no fun behind it.
And there's almost there's no fun behind it. But to go back to your try hard comment, Jordan, there's almost like a smugness to it, weirdly, that just kind of annoys me. I don't know.
I think I just don't like Jared
I'm gonna be
Leto.
thinking about this like for the too long.
Fuck
Too
yeah,
long.
fuck this movie. Just,
Oh, my brain hurts.
Bad movie. Boo.
Bad movie. This
Well,
is
that wraps up another episode of Good Brews, Bad Views. A blind view, as it were. Jordan, thank you for coming back onto the podcast. And
Thanks for
suffering
having
with
me,
us
guys.
And giving us good drinks.
Yes.
We Charlie, appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to do so,
Absolutely.
as well as opening up your liquor cabinet.
Appreciate you continuing to help us drive the bar lower.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let's
There's no
keep it
bottom.
up.
Gotta throw our backs out doing limbo because we're all getting old.
Yeah.
You guys spoiled me on my first episode. Arachnophobia was actually good. And then it just
That's so-
kept
First episode was
tanking.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I would happily watch Spider-Man 3
over this.
over this.
Yeah.
I
Spider-Man
would too.
3 knows what it is.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin's pretty. I mean, even Batman and Robin is fun. I got a great Halloween costume out of that movie.
You did get a good Halloween costume. out of
Bane
that movie,
Parmesan's a great Halloween
Bane
costume.
Parmesan is an incredible costume.
A Halloween costume that 4 people understood the reference to. And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah. So, and thank you all at home for listening and checking out this episode or / movie. We're sorry, maybe not. I don't know. If you want to support our future crazy endeavors here at Good Brews Bad Views, consider supporting our Patreon at www.patreon.com/Good Brews Bad Views, where you get access to our monthly movie poll, where you get to choose one of the movies that we have to suffer through, as well as access to Max's Musings, where I'm talking about the latest media I've been engaging with, and it's been some good stuff recently. So it's good way to organize all my thoughts about those cool shows I'm watching. If you can find Good Brews Bad Views on all the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at GBBV Podcast, or just search Good Brews Bad Views. Look for that cool logo design we have, and you can see all our random bullshit posts that we make online. If you have not already, please leave us a rating and review on your podcasting service of choice. Helps people find us with the magic of the algorithm, or engage that palgorithm. Tell 2 of your friends about us, and they'll hopefully have a good time checking us out. Or if not, then joke's on them. You won.
You got Morb.
Don't start this introduced to this episode. Take a different one.
Yeah. Super fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us all your hate mail at goodbrewsbadviews@gmail.com. And as always, please watch.
And Morb.
Responsibly.
Goodbye. Thank you again, Jordan.
Thank
Bye.
you.